Well, hello, you are hiking with Jenny on the Appalachian Trail. Today's day 119. I just got dropped off where I left off in Salisbury, Connecticut by Brian. And it's 6:30 p.m. Getting a very late start today because Brian just drove me home. We had a wonderful week together. I didn't record really much of anything. I'll share a couple photos, but beyond that, I really just took the week off from filming, and I just wanted to enjoy my time at home, wanted to enjoy my time with Brian. I did do editing and I did some uploading, but I did fall behind a little bit on that too, unfortunately. But I'm gonna be back at it again because I'm getting such a late start. I am only going to hike for 4 miles tops to get to the Riga Shelter, and by then it'll be like sunset. So really this is gonna be a Nero day for me due to the late start, and maybe it'll help me kind of get back into the swing of things because I do have my full pack. I was able to resupply myself this time from food from my own place, and it's a bit heavy. I did leave my sweatshirt behind though. I no longer needed it. I wasn't wearing it. Only thing I used it for was a pillow, and I have my buff and puffy combination as a pillow already, so I didn't need an extra pillow that weighed like half a pound, so that did save me a little bit of weight. I don't know, I left like a couple small things home as well that I wasn't using, but nothing really major other than that. So today's day 119, which means that days 113 to 118 were all 0 days. So there should have been 6 zeros in there where I really just didn't film anything. But the good news is, because I can lump those days into this one, that the delay on my videos will be shortened, because 3 weeks just has been too much of a gap for me. Today is hot. It is 82 degrees, but I think we've seen the hottest part of the day already. It's down to 81 now, and it is cloudy, but it is pretty humid. Luckily, I missed the worst of the hot weather. Last week, it was in the 90s for I think 3 days in a row. And then I don't know about down here, but in New Hampshire, we had rain the past few days. Rain and thunderstorms, which you don't really want to be on trail for up on peaks during thunderstorms. So I was glad I missed that. We had a tornado warning down in southern Vermont into Massachusetts maybe, but other than some heavy rain, Brian and I didn't really see any severe weather, thankfully. So we were okay. But that would have been interesting if I were hitting that while on trail. Look how beautifully groomed this is. Someone must have come through here very recently and mowed this, probably yesterday or today. This is much appreciated. So I only have 7 more miles of Connecticut left. I'm not getting to Massachusetts tonight because it is going to be a short day, but I will hit it tomorrow. So that's good. I'm going to enjoy what's left of Connecticut. Since I did take a few days off, some people that were behind me are now ahead of me, including, of course, Rex, Mountain Goat, my newest friend Gator, who I was hiking with last time you saw me, and Lone Star is now ahead of me, but he's not far ahead. We have some plans to get together in the next few days, so That will be, it will be really good to see him. I know he has to get off trail for a couple days for a wedding coming up too. So I think we're gonna be hiking together again pretty soon. If I had to guess. So I think we hike about the same mileage per day now. I know some people were worried that I would go home and then I wouldn't come back. Okay, sorry, I had to put my bug net on because the flies are like insane right now, and I'm not sure, I think they're like the biting flies. I knew it was pretty unlikely that I would want to quit the trail when I got home, because I typically, if I really want to do something, I will finish it. And I knew before I left, I wanted to finish the trail. I just didn't know in what manner this was going to be done. But I have renewed confidence in my ability to get this trail done. And so going home and seeing how everything was just there waiting for me. Everything in my town, everything in my home, it was all waiting for me to come back. It reaffirmed that, you know, even if I go away for a month or 6 weeks, however much longer this takes, my home will be there. That really helped. And I think I really needed that, because then, you know, spending a week off made me really eager to get back. And just thinking about like all the little towns I'm going to visit and the people I'm going to see again and just everything. Being able to hike through Massachusetts, be able to hike through Vermont again, and be able to at last hike to my home state of New Hampshire, I think is just going to be so wonderful. And I can't deprive myself of that. So I just lost a flip-flop. Oh boy, it's going to be rough getting back. So as if mosquitoes and black flies weren't enough, horseflies are out. They're probably the worst because they bite you and they hurt. And I'm pretty sure the bites don't go away for a while. So yeah, I can't wait for bug season to be over. This is really weird. This kind of like, oh, I guess this is a parking lot because there's a trailhead here. Like it almost looked like a campsite / someone's yard. All right, back in the woods. Huh. Maybe that is a campsite because there's a privy here. So I don't really know why. Interesting. So within this 4 miles of today, the big and only climb of the day is called Lion's Head. And it didn't look like too big of a climb, but we are climbing a little over 1,000 feet over the course of these 4 miles. So it's something. Not terrible, but it's something. Good to get the legs moving again. I have no idea in what condition my legs are going to be in for this. I basically did no hiking over the course of the last 6 days, and just did a lot of resting, ate a bunch of food, probably gained back some of the weight I lost. I feel like now the rest of this hike, it just seems so manageable. It's like, yeah, I could finish this in 6 weeks or however long. I can do this. A few things I did over my break, which I may not have mentioned. I did laundry, of course. I also washed my backpack and I soaked it in a diluted bleach solution to disinfect it. Replaced the hip belt on my backpack. I think I showed that in a clip. So I have just replaced the hip belt on my backpack. This is the old one, and you can see it's ripped pretty badly around the zipper area. This is the one that it came off of the zipper runner thing, and I couldn't get it back on, and even if I did, it wasn't going to stay on because of that problem. And this one, it was in better shape, but again, same issues happening there. So it was time. This is the new one. It's slightly different. I think it's just the type of fabric they used is different, but design is the same. It was pretty easy to take the old one out. It's Velcroed on both sides in there. So I just had to kind of stick my hand in there to break the connection and pull it out, and then do the same thing in reverse to put the new one in. And I already adjusted it so it fits, and it feels good. So I'm excited to have working hip belt pockets again. Right off the bat, this climb is kind of kicking my butt. I'm like out of breath, and that was something that I guess always, the climbs, I don't really have problems with my legs anymore with them, but it's more in my lungs. Just, it's hard to breathe. So that's just a struggle, the cardio aspect of it, I guess. It's got a little light drizzle going on right now, which is nice. Just enough to cool me down a little bit. Here we are at the top of Lion's Head, elevation 1,700 feet. Got the sun about to set pretty soon. Got, I don't know, probably less than a mile to camp at this point. Gonna go a little down and a little back up, and we'll be there. Better view over here. Looks like I found the bear box. Good, good. This is nice. I think I'm going to set up right here behind the shelter.